Yeah.
Okay, in that song, there's this part where the lead is singing, and underneath it, we're like, what are they whispering?
Yeah.
We did not get a translation for this kind of like counter melody business. So but it's in English. We could tell that.
And
it's
there is no
English.
melody. It's like a
And all we could hear is that the last syllable was right. They're saying the word right. So like, that's right, gonna treat you right. Okay, sure. That's
right.
That's what it sounds like.
That's right, I'll treat you right. That's right, I'll treat you right. So play it again and I'll show where it is. You guys can listen for it this time.
And then at the end, you hear he repeats, come back to your friends, like 7 times. In Japanese, they say, come back to you, friend. Like, surely that's not what they mean. So what do you think that is? That's the closest to that, because like I mentioned, if they put words in English, it's because they like them for some reason, or they do know what it means and they want those words. So we try to keep them, and sometimes you just have to.
Oh yeah. That's another thing. You'll often find right smack dab in the middle of a Japanese song a couple of English words.
I think it's cool.
Yeah, it is cool. They know it's cool. That's why they do it. But when we translate, now we need to make sure and work those in as part of our lyric.
Yeah.
You can't just like go in a different direction and then all of a sudden you got to come back and sing this phrase because that's what they sang.
Here we go.
Builds up and starts quiet.
Another thing we try to aim for is we want it in English to sound like it's a real song. Like that's the language it was written in. So that is pretty much on the top of the priority list when making those songs. Make it sound like it's supposed to be in English. And it's a very fun challenge, and I love it.
Yeah, there was speaking of English phrases, in Guilty Beauty Love, in the verse, I'm trying to think of, let's see. Man, do you guys ever have a hard time like concentrating, pulling out a different song when you just heard one, and you're like, that's the one that's stuck in your head? How's the verse today go?
I don't know. Your first English opening, is that you?
Probably. So probably hit Carly, isn't it? Or we are.
Yo!
I mean, even in the original, it's funny now. I'm trying to think of an English phrase. In the original Japanese version of Guilty Beauty Love, he sings "Guilty Beauty Love" at the end of every chorus. Like he actually says it in English. He goes, "Guilty Beauty Love." That's
Yeah, it's not a very good call.
What a glorious place.
Oh, there's like, yeah, that's right. There's talking.
It will lie straight for your eyes. If the endless dream guides your restless spirit, Jesus.
To make you want to sing it too. That's another reason I like to do songs. Like, I like to sing along. I don't speak Japanese. Like, if I want to sing along with a theme in Japanese, I have to go look up the lyrics and hope that they're in Romanji that I can read. So, like, I want to put it in English so that the viewers can sing along. Just like you probably know theme songs to, like, who doesn't know the theme song to Friends? If it were in Japanese, you wouldn't be able to sing it. It's a long song. Okay, 5 minutes. Cool. Does anybody else have any other questions? Or we'll just keep playing songs?
Any thoughts? Yeah.
What was your favorite song today?
Ooh, favorite song today. Well, you know, these one-piece songs were a lot of fun to sing, but they're high, and like she was saying, a lot of times, man, some of the guys that dub their songs are like, they can get up there. I mean, man, they get up there. What was the final song of Oron? What's the closing song?
She's So, that's what it's called.
remind me how it goes.
Well, let's just look it up.
I run and run 1,000 miles, but I'm barely breathing. Only the love of a passion heart keeps this body strong and moving forward. That song gets some pops up to some pretty high notes, right? And so I wrote the lyric, and then I recorded a scratch vocal for Justin Houston, one of our talented engineers at Funimation, who ended up singing it. Well, he did it, and it sounded great. Then we get to the last episode of Ouran. Guys seen the last episode of Ouran High School? Well, if you haven't, go see. They bring that song in toward the ending of the show. It's not just a closing number under the credits now. It's part of the show. And then they do this little montage where Tamaki is chasing after Haruhi, or vice versa. No, she's chasing after him. She comes after him in the car, in the carriage. Well, then the music, this song kicks in, and it's singing, but then there's this bridge that wasn't in the original, and I mean, it's like goes like another 4 notes above where it went before. And I remember when I was doing it, I'm like, oh my gosh, Justin's gonna have to wear some very tight underwear to get these notes, because it's, I mean, it was way up there. They just soar, a lot of their male vocalists, you know.
You did a great job too.
Thanks.
I don't really know. I just keep picking up random stuff.
Any questions? Anyone else? Any music-related questions at all? Yes.
Whenever you're translating the Japanese songs that have English lyrics in it, have y'all ever considered taking those English lyrics out of the song and translating them back to Japanese for the English version?
That's a very interesting idea.
That kind of foreign feel to the song?
You know what's funny is, John, I don't know if English, if we're like this in this country, but how many of you have been to Japan? Musical answer. I have been there as well. And one thing that I noticed when I went shopping and stuff is that they would have clothing with just random English words on them.
English.com.
They don't even, I mean, it would say certain things, but it doesn't mean anything. If you read English, you look at it like, what the heck does that? It doesn't mean anything. They just thought the word looked cool, like there are a certain sequence of letters or whatever, or a couple of words that they thought, you know, looked cool on a t-shirt graphically.
They like the F word a lot.
And so that's one of the reasons why I think they like to incorporate an occasional English phrase or word in, because again, they're making this for their audience. But I don't know that the reverse would translate as well. I don't know if an English audience would get the same kind of impact from, you know, Caitlin right in the middle of a song whipping out a Japanese phrase, something in Japanese. It may be very cool, but I don't know if it would be the same or not. I know they have a real interest in doing that for the same reasons they put them on t-shirts. But I don't know, it might be hard. Plus, I don't know.
I think there has to be some sort of cultural significance. I bet if you were like European, you could sing a song in a couple different languages and certain parts of it in this language or that language, and it would mean something to them. But like to an American,